Extra, extra, read all about it. A dog is now the first ever CEO of a technology company.
Lorin, what are you doing?
I'm trying to market my technology blog, but so far I can't really tell if it's working.
You know, if you transfer all of the data you collect with Campaign Manager into Google BigQuery, you can more easily tell what's working and what isn't when it comes to your marketing.
Let's check it out.
Okay. Campaign Manager is a web-based ad management system for advertisers and agencies that enables the management of campaigns across the web. In order to access the data in your account, you will need to contact Campaign Manager support to set up the data transfer files on your behalf. These files will be hosted in a Google Cloud Storage bucket. Let's get right to it. In the BigQuery UI, navigate to the Transfers tab, and you can see the list of already configured transfers. Now we're going to create a new transfer. You can specify the source, which in this case is Campaign Manager. You also have multiple other Google data sources available, from Google Ads to Cloud Storage to YouTube. We'll enter a display name, configure any scheduling options for the transfer, and select a destination dataset. Now, in the Data Source Details section, information about the Cloud Storage bucket and the DoubleClick ID will be provided by Campaign Manager support. You can also enable notifications so that a designated individual can be notified on transfer run failures. Once you click Save, the data transfer process will begin on a preset schedule. Let's switch to existing transfers. Select our recently created transfer and then click on Configuration. You can see that the source is Campaign Manager and there isn't a schedule as we didn't create one. Also, the destination dataset we selected is displayed. You can click on Run History to view information about the daily runs of the transfer schedule. Next, we'll examine the dataset where our Campaign Manager data lives and take a look at one of the impressions tables. We can see a sample of the impressions table data by clicking Preview. This table has columns for advertiser ID, campaign ID, country code, state or region, and much more. Now let's take a look at one of the match tables, which is essentially a lookup table for the IDs you saw in the impressions table. You can see that in the match table, the campaign IDs are matched to the corresponding campaign name.
Well, all of my data is now in one place, but it still doesn't tell me anything new. Now what?
Okay, now that all of your data is in BigQuery, we have the ability to run queries on it to make connections that aren't visible by just looking at the data.
What are we waiting for? Stories like dog CEOs need to be heard.
Let's begin to see what kinds of insights a digital marketer might want from this data. A good example would be to run a query to provide the number of impressions and unique users by campaign from the beginning of this year. Let's do that. The results show us just that. Notice that we only see Campaign Manager IDs though, and no campaign names. Now, let's take this one step further by executing a join on the impressions and match tables and running the same query. This time, we can see the Campaign Manager names by date in addition to the impression count and the number of unique users. Marketing teams find this type of information extremely useful, and all of these insights and more can be found by using the Campaign Manager data transfer service with BigQuery. Looks like you're doing well.
Now that I know I can use the BigQuery data transfer service with Campaign Manager data, I'm able to customize my marketing campaigns much better. And I have more readers than ever.
And how's that dog CEO doing?
You'll have to stop by the blog to check it out.
Thank you for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe for more great Google Cloud Platform content.